Hey friends, how are you guys doing? I thought I'd take a few minutes to give you guys an update on River. I wanted to do it today, but we got so busy with everything. So River's been doing pretty good, but he had a day with more saliva, more secretions. It happens from time to time, and it's just like harder for him to sit or stand because I have to suction his trach a lot when that happens. So I can suction his trach, then we'll sit again or stand because he likes to walk, as you guys know. So, but I have to do it in between suctioning his trach, and sometimes it can be a lot. So at some point, he was laying down a little bit more. He had more saliva. Sometimes it happens just with the food, and I've spoken many times to his doctors about it. They say it's like really hard to tell, you know, really what it is. It might be digestion, it might be different things, but there's days like that. And as you guys know, there's been a lot of days where River did not need suctioning of his trach for a long period of time, like sometimes until 4 p.m., which was amazing. And I really like those days because he can just be, he can just focus on being, and it's less demanding because suctioning at the trach is, you know, having a trach is not, the best thing for anyone. And it's supposed to be, a temporary procedure, right? A tracheostomy. And most people, like, they'll have an accident and they'll put a trach temporarily so they can actually breathe while they heal again, and then they take the trach out. And I met many people, um, adults, who had the trach mark. They used to have a trach, and now it leaves a little mark because they don't have it anymore. But there's that scar, and and it's not supposed to be a long term type of deal. I read a lot of literature on the subject, medical literature, and but in the case of a brain injury like River and other kids in the same situation, the trach can be there long term, but the body doesn't want it. You know, the body doesn't want a piece of plastic in the neck, so it does create more secretions and stuff, and sometimes it could just be an annoyance, at the same time as it was life-saving, in that moment. So what I'm hoping is that one day we could get it out, because I spoke to many parents who, like, their child got rid of the trach, at some point. And there's a whole process with that, where basically River has to first wear this speech valve most of the time, and that's a sign, if he can wear it most of the time, that, oh, okay, he's in the process. And as you guys know, River wears that speech valve, the Passy-Muir valve. It looks like this most days, but on a day like today, it was harder for him. I had to remove it, suction, put it back again, and just play like that. And but that's part of the process of getting the trach out one day. Hopefully, that's what we're praying for. And another part of the process is to completely cap the trach. It looks a bit like this, but it's completely closed, just so that if you cap it, then you're forced to breathe in and out through the mouth. And it's a more demanding process, but his pulmonologist wants River to do that. So just very slowly, maybe you put the cap 30 seconds, see how River's doing, and reevaluate like that, and then just the next day do a little bit more. So we're in that process, but on days that River has too much saliva secretions, it's just not possible. So I was a bit bummed out today because I know that River wants to have fun by standing or sitting. That's his favorite thing. If he sits on my lap and we're bouncing and we're doing things, you know, putting objects in his hands and just messing around, he loves that. And I know it because when River smiles, his smile is like just a little curve in his tongue when he gets really excited and happy about something. That's another sign that I've noticed for a long time. Um, and when he sits and stands, I know he loves it so much, So I was kind of bummed out that today, I was not able to give him as much as that as he wanted because I had to, let him relax too, like in between but I remembered something, at night. I was like, oh, why would I be bummed out like that? Just focus on, what River can do. And on those days where it's harder with the secretions and the trach, River has no problem being like on his tummy and doing exercises on his tummy. Why? Is because if he's on his tummy, he drools most of it out through his mouth, so it does not accumulate in the trach. So at the end of the evening, we spent way more time with River on his tummy, and as soon as I put him there, guys, he was so happy on the yoga mat. He he pushed. He was like that. He was already trying out. I was like, oh man, I should have done that earlier. But I didn't think of it because we had, we came back from the hospital a week ago and stuff, and I was not fully back in all the elements of his routine, and part of his routine is like for River to be on his tummy, and we use also like a vibrating gym roller, those big gym rollers that you can use on your back, your legs, just to get some soreness out and stuff. Well, we used the one that vibrates right under River's chest. You guys might have seen that in past videos. I bring that everywhere on trips with River because he loves it so much. And so we did that, and he was so excited, guys. It was crazy. So you might have seen this before, but I basically put River in cobra position, like with the roller here. So he's like this, and his feet, on the mat, and he was doing that with his feet, like you've seen before. He was so stoked. I was like, oh my God, I should have thought about this this morning, and but we got busy, and I'm just glad I remembered to do it this evening. But he was so happy. So we did that for like 10-15 minutes, changing positions and stuff. And I realized, like, the thing, if I have one thing in my day, if I know that River and Daisy will have a good day or something that they're really happy about, I'm good. That's like the main thing. And I was so happy that he was doing good because Daisy was doing so good. She was running around, she was helping with River, she's doing all sorts of things. This girl is like so fun. But yeah, I wanted the little man to have fun too. So that was such a good thing tonight. And now he's in bed. Everyone's in bed. So, but I wanted to, make a little video to talk to you guys about stuff because I know it's been hard to make a video like every day just because we get busy and we're still setting up in the new place too. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I hope you know that. And I keep reading messages, and I'm like, man, it's so amazing to know that there's people around and that you have, potential new friendships with pure strangers, And one thing I'm really looking forward to with River, because as you guys know, I play music with him. I love to sing and play piano with him on my lap and stuff. And so I was dreaming of, going out in the world and telling his story and, playing music, playing songs, some that I wrote for him. I wrote one for him and Daisy as well. Haven't played it for you guys yet, but it's coming. And also other cover songs, just like, little house concerts or something. So by knowing that there's, like a bunch of people around us in different parts of the US or even the world, there's people from South Africa, all over Europe, Canada, and it's crazy. It's, some people write to me, sending love to you from South Africa, our family. We have a brain injured child too and stuff. It's so amazing to connect with, other people and make friends in other places, because I'm thinking, maybe one day, we could go play a house concert or something there and just, find new friends. It would be so exciting for the kids to experience that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And today I went to a center where River could spend a day. So it's a new thing and a new place where we live, where, he would be surrounded by medical staff, and physical therapists and stuff. He could spend a whole day there and get, someone else's love and perspective, and I met the people who work there, and they seemed so attentive and loving too. So it would be a big step for me. I was like, and I told them, I was like, leaving River with other people is a lot for me, because I really want him to have a good day, to have a lot of attention and do the things he likes, and but they were so great. They were explaining how it would take place and stuff, and I asked them, could I stay, the first few hours, just be there, teach you guys and stuff, what I do with River and stuff. And they said yes, and it seemed to be a very, very loving group of people. So we'll see, maybe once in a while, we would do that. What else is new? Besides the new song that I wrote on ukulele for River and Daisy, I started writing that last year, actually, when I was at the hospital with both of them, when River got sick. And so I wrote a song for both of them. So we're working on that. I started recording it. And also another song about America and God. I can't wait to share with you guys. And I love playing it with the kids, and it was so fun because the last time I played it, Daisy was dancing. She's starting to dance. She's like, like this. Oh my God, that girl is so cute. It's so fun being a dad. She's 19 months now, and she has so much love for River. As you guys know, I think you've seen it before, but she goes like, Rivy. Especially when she wakes up in the morning. That's kind of the first thing she thinks about. Rivy, where's Rivy? And I'm like, oh, River's asleep. Well, I say it in French. I'll say, River fait dodo, which means River's asleep. And it's really cute. It's fun. And we went to a cafe with both of them. Me and a friend who came to visit went to a nice cafe around here, and was so fun. River was doing so good that morning, and it was just everyone was giving the kids attention, and it was beautiful. Um, yeah, that's pretty much our days since we came back. Um, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for everything, and thank you for those who made the leap to support River financially as well. The little amounts. I know the subscribers. It's only $5 a month to subscribe to the Hearts with River page, but it means a lot to me because those amounts can accumulate and allow us to do things that we've been dreaming of with River. My big dream is to take him back to Austin because Dr. Crawford was so amazing, and his team. They have a whole team and a huge facility just for brain injured kids there. You go do like a 1 week intensive over there, and when I went there 2 years ago with River, it was so amazing. It's an expensive therapy, but they have such a big team all around River doing all sorts of stimulation with lasers. They have physical therapists, chiropractors, and they have nerve stimulators as well to awaken River's nerves again. And the last time we were there, the second day into the intensive therapy, River started to make a new move with his head. He was like, if his head was like that, he could lift it like raw, like so fast. And I was like, man, I've never seen him do that. And he would do that multiple times a day and hold his head so strong. But it lasted kind of like 6 months. I was like, oh man. But I spoke to Dr. Crawford, and he told me, yeah, it's normal. You have to re-stimulate those nerves. And they have so many great devices to do so. And so what he said is, if you come every year, you're going to see this compound into, like, it's going to stick, with River. So that's my dream, guys. I hope we can make it happen soon. It's very expensive, but I think it's so worth it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Trying to finish the other songs so I can release that. I think that's going to help fundraise also if there's more music out there. But yeah, that's all I can think about. I always think about, like, okay, what's the next stuff we could do for River? And I appreciate all the positive people around River, guys. You guys are really angels, because sometimes there's negative people that just don't get it. They don't get that science is always progressing, and there can be something there, and who knows what's going to be there in 5 years for River. Nobody knows. Let's not be negative. So I appreciate the positive people, and also I also appreciate the believers who believe in prayer, and that we can do something together by pulling our energies together and pray for someone like River or another child with similar circumstances. And I believe in that, and I've seen it, like I've seen it work on River. There was another instance. I think I've told you guys about that before, but it was also a few years ago. I went to this big church seminar where people were laying hands on River and stuff. It was like 3 days, and it was very intense. There was a lot of prayer and stuff like that, and I could feel the energy there. And there's some things that can make you tear up, even if you're not a crier. Like, wow, this is intense love and just belief, And what's crazy, guys, is that after that seminar, the day after, and for 3 months, River did not need suctioning of his trach. So just imagine that, whether you're a believer or not, it's like, okay, how can that happen? Especially, for me as River's dad, there's days where it's every 5 minutes, there's days where it's less, but before that seminar, it was like often, like there wouldn't be, maybe the max would be an hour without suctioning back then. But after that seminar, it was 3 months of like rest, no suctioning at all during the day, maybe a little bit late evening. So that was incredible. And then River came back to the more old normal of needing more suctioning. But so I don't know what that stimulated, but hey, something happened. So I'm kind of like someone who believes in both sides. I trust God, and I trust this whole adventure with River, and I know River's on a mission, and I'm part of that mission, and I'm grateful, to be his dad and to be, given his care. I feel blessed with that, and I believe in the medical part and the advancement of science that can open many doors for River, and also the other side, which is, our heart, our prayers, our, what we can do just from our spirit. I believe in that. I've always believed in that since I was a kid, but I'm kind of like a guy who thinks both ways, because I'm like, okay, God can do the work, but I also have to do my part. So those are my thoughts on River. And yeah, if you want to help fundraise the next adventure in Texas, well, you can either give through River's GoFundMe. You can buy something if you want, like a piece of art from River on heartswithriver.com, and you can subscribe to the Facebook or TikTok page. There's a subscription over there that's only $5 a month, but if there's many people, it can accumulate and help us, do something special for River, and who knows, what can happen. And thank you so much for giving me some song ideas. I started looking into some of them that I really want to do. So I'll start learning, and we'll play some for you guys soon. But thanks for being in my life, in River's life, Daisy's life, our whole family's life. I appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.